Have you ever seen a NASCAR champion turn his anger on the sanctioning body itself? That's what happened after the March 1st, 2026 Cup race at Circuit of the Americas. Hendrick Motorsports driver William Byron was practically seething, not at another driver, but at NASCAR, when the sanctioning body announced a 2-race suspension for members of Ross Chastain's pit crew. The reason? A right rear wheel detached from Chastain's car during the race. This heavy penalty has fans and drivers buzzing. Was this fair or overkill? One race background 2-3. The drama unfolded at the Duramax Texas Grand Prix powered by Relodyne, NASCAR's road course race at COTA in Austin, Texas. This 3-4-mile track is a favorite for its challenging layout, and on this day the story was already remarkable. Tyler Reddick, driving the No. 4523XI Toyota, became the first driver ever to win the first 3 Cup races of a season. Yet before Reddick's historic win, another standout performance was brewing. Ross Chastain charged hard in the early stages. He won Stage 1 and even clocked the fastest lap of the race. Clear signs he had one of the strongest cars on track. In those highlights you can see Chastain leading through the S's and snatching bonus points, demonstrating his speed in the No. 1 Chevy. 4K race moments 5-4 after Stage 1, teams pitted under caution. Trackhouse chose a normal 4-tire stop for Chastain. In fact, pit stop footage from COTA shows a smooth, disciplined crew changing tires and refueling. But 3 laps after rejoining the race, tragedy struck Trackhouse's strategy. Chastain radioed urgently, "I lost a wheel." The car abruptly went loose. Chastain spun off into the gravel trap at turn 19, then limped back to pit road. 67965, a stranded tire, was left bouncing on the racing surface, forcing NASCAR to throw the caution flag, the only non-strategic yellow of the day. Back in the pits, NASCAR immediately imposed the in-race penalty. Chastain was held on pit road for 2 laps for the infraction, and he rejoined many laps down. He ultimately finished 35th, 2 laps shy of the leaders. The incident and NASCAR's decision 10-11-6-8 under NASCAR rules, a wheel coming off in the racing area is treated as a serious safety breach. Rule 8.10. 4A and D of the NASCAR rulebook explicitly states that a lost tire beyond pit road triggers an automatic penalty, a 2-lap penalty for the car and a 2-race suspension for 2 pit crew members. After reviewing the COTA race, NASCAR enforced this rule to the letter. The official penalty report announced that Jackman Josh Appleby and rear tire changer Kenneth Posiega, 2 core 1-1 members of Chastain's pit crew, will be suspended for the next 2 Cup races. Those races are Phoenix and Las Vegas. 12-10-8 NASCAR spokesman quoted the rule: "A detached wheel leads to a 2-race suspension for 2 pit crew members, a 2-lap penalty." True to that, Chastain served his 2-lap penalty on pit road and fell out of contention. The after-race penalty was swift. Only the 2 crew suspensions were handed out from COTA, meaning NASCAR made an example of this wheel loss. 13 fan reactions and discussion. 15-14, the suspensions ignited a firestorm online. Many fans argued it was unfair to punish crew members for what seemed like a mechanical issue. On social media, one fan bluntly complained it felt like punishing crew members and teams for a NASCAR problem, questioning why the team, and not NASCAR, is blamed for the loose wheel. Others decried the double jeopardy of losing both laps and crew. Critics noted that Chastain's team already got a track penalty during the race, and now the personnel face separate sanctions. "So we suspend and do lap penalties now, geez," wrote another fan, illustrating the frustration on X. Even veteran journalist Bob Pockrass tweeted, "Only penalty from COTA is the 2-race suspensions to 2 Ross Chastain crew members," highlighting that this was the lone infraction NASCAR chose to punish. In short, the consensus among enthusiasts was that the punishment seemed excessive or inconsistent with past situations. Impact on Trackhouse Racing. 16-13 for Trackhouse Racing, the timing couldn't be worse. Losing 2 key pit crew members can cost precious seconds on pit road, and with stages won by mere tenths, that damage hurts. The team announced it will run substitute crew members at the upcoming Phoenix and Vegas races, while Appleby and Posiega sit out. Until those races are over, Chastain will run with a patched-together crew. The point standings took a hit as well. Chastain dropped to 20th in points after this DNF, a big swing for a driver who had led laps and scored stage points. With morale shaken, Trackhouse must regroup quickly and find ways to stay competitive without 2 of its best pitmen. 17 Ross Chastain's career and determination. 1819 Chastain is no stranger to adversity, nicknamed the Watermelon Man. For his Floridian farming roots and his signature victory celebrations, he's been a regular in Cup racing since 2018. In that time, he has won 6 Cup races and even contended for a championship. He famously won the 2022 Coca-Cola 600 and smashed a watermelon in victory lane, and he executed the daring Hail Melon pass at Martinsville to grab the final 2022 championship 4 spot. Chastain is known for his bold driving style and resilience. Those traits suggest he won't be deterred by this setback. He'll channel that fighting spirit to come back strong. 19 Conclusion and future outlook. William Byron's anger over NASCAR's brutal punishment reflects a wider debate about fairness and safety in the sport. Drivers like Byron will be watching closely to see if any appeal or adjustment follows. Meanwhile, Trackhouse must soldier on at Phoenix and Las Vegas with its reshuffled crew, hoping to limit the damage. For Chastain, the focus will be on recovery. He'll need to stay aggressive and sharp to defend his standings. 219 What comes next? If NASCAR stands firm on the suspensions, it may set a precedent that every wheel must be perfectly secure, or else. Fans will doubtless continue to argue whether that precedent is too heavy-handed. One thing is clear. The COTA race will be remembered not just for Reddick's historic three-peat, but also for reigniting a heated conversation about rules and enforcement in NASCAR. All eyes will be on the Phoenix race to see if NASCAR doubles down, or if the ire of Byron and others will prompt any change. Regardless, the Watermelon Man and his team will have their work cut out to return to form in the coming weeks. 11-21-15-1-11-3-4-4-20 Sources: Official NASCAR Penalty Report, Race Recap and Analysis, Motorsport and News Reports, Fan and Expert Reactions, Ross Chastain Career Profile, Real Footage References as noted, 13-19-18-1-8-10-2 Trackhouse, crew members suspended after COTA NASCAR Cup Series, COTA Penalty Report Trackhouse Pit Crew 236, Reddick wins COTA for historic 3rd straight victory NASCAR Cup Series Circuit of the Americas Recap Results 2026 Tyler Reddick 4-9-11-12-16-17 NASCAR suspends 2 pit crew members after COTA Incident Sports NASCAR Trackhouse Racing Ross Chastain crew wheel penalty 5-7-20-1 2 members of Chastain's crew suspended over COTA wheel infraction RASR 2 members of Chastain crew suspended over COTA wheel infraction 13-14-15 fans outraged over Ross Chastain crew suspension at COTA fans outraged over Ross Chastain crew suspension at COTA. 18-19 Get to know NASCAR's Watermelon Man Ross Chastain NASCAR Cup Series Ross Chastain Watermelon farming racing route